Let me get the, okay, we're live. Hang on a second. I got to make sure the volume's up. Larry, just a sec. All right, now you can go. We're live.
Okay, let's try it again. This is Wednesday the 20th, 2019. First day of spring, I'm told. I don't know what the American people need to see, but the list that all the Democratic nominees for president appear, except maybe one or two, appear to have joined in with. This list is incredible. Number one, they want term limits on Supreme Court justices. Now, I got to say, some of them being there for life has been a problem. So I don't know. The only thing I can say about that, guys, is I would hate to tamper with our founding fathers and what they did. They obviously thought through it a lot more than I have, and certainly more than the Democrats have. So anyway, they want term limits on the Supreme Court justice, plus they want to add 3 judges, and then it said 3 liberal judges to balance the court. Let me tell you something, guys, it's all broke. It's all broken. The Supreme Court justices are not to be Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. They're not supposed to be predisposed in any of that. So it appalls me to see, because I know for every judge the conservative candidate or president puts in, you're going to mess around, there's going to be a liberal one put in. So I don't want any part of that at all. So back to the list. So I get upset at that. Number one, they want term limits on Supreme Court justices, and then they want to add 3 liberal judges to balance the court. The next thing that they're going to pitch is voting age dropped to 16. Dropping the voting age to 16. Now, do any of you know why they're doing that? Why would the Democrats do that? Why on earth would you add 2 more classes of people to be able to vote? Why would you do that? Well, the reason you'll understand, if you understand, since the day our kids went into school, from the day they started until the day they get out or have gotten out, they have been brainwashed. So imagine the Democrats, they'll get them because they're the young crowd, the in crowd. But they'll throw any kind of candidate out there, they've got to have to get votes. So I'm telling you, if they drop the voting age to 16, they will have some sort of teenage heartthrob representative running for president or something. Who knows? Anyway, they drop it. Now, the real reason that they're doing that is your kids go to school. Imagine on election day, the teacher says, I tell you what, I'll give you credits for the class if you'll go and leave and then go vote. They might even rush some to the voting booth. That's not the problem. The problem was when I said the teacher's going to tell them they can take the day off. Because that same teacher, I believe, is probably going to be one of the ones that has been participating in brainwashing your kids. And the deadline to make sure when those kids leave, they're going to vote for the Democrats. You can put that in the bank. Then the next thing they want about the voting age Number one, simple answer, the real simple answer is the Democrats get usually, or the majority, the great majority of the people coming into this country legally, much less illegally. So that's the simple answer. They just want people to go on the voting polls. And that's all well and good. Except for one problem. Well, not one problem, several problems. But what is hard to understand about the word illegal? Anybody know? I mean, it's illegal means they're not here legally, which means if you're not here legally, you're actually technically a criminal. And so we want people that are actually criminals, right? We understand that they're criminals. Voting. Voting. We know where those votes are going to go. So do the Democrats. Actually, so do the Republicans. What we've got to do is stop this kind of agenda. It's got to be stopped. I mean, folks, we can't. I just gave you 3 on their platform. There's no sense going any further. It's all the same thing. Oh, get rid of electoral college is the fourth one. I'm sorry. They want to get rid of that. And once again, why? Well, because electoral college makes it a fair contest nationwide, because the big metropolitan areas, the big cities, the big states don't control the whole country. And if you didn't have the kind of election system we got, the Democrats would just they'd run it off. The laws have the story up there for things that are on their pitching list to pitch to the people to get their vote. Sorry, guys, I was reading a text I got. I'm out. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hello, Christy.
You're here. You're here. You're fine.
Okay, I'm sorry for the interruption, folks. I got a text that said some kind of urgent and I couldn't read it and heard a click. This is just getting over the top. And I can't believe people of America are dumb enough to just sit there and take it. Even millennials ought to be smart enough to figure out just the 4 things I mentioned there are fundamentally wrong. If they want to change our Constitution, which they don't, there's a process by which they can do it. But there's the secret, you see. There's no reason to go through that process because they intend to change our whole form of government. They're not doing it do away with the Constitution. I've heard them talk. The Constitution is out of date, they say. And the favorite line from person to person is, they didn't have telephones, they didn't have everything, they didn't have satellites and radios back then, and computers, and, technologically we were so brilliant that the Constitution doesn't work or apply anymore. That's what they want. That's what they're going to say.
Beto's already saying it, Larry.
Well, that's right. Well, yeah. He's actually saying it. That's what we want, because if they're right and they change our form of government, folks, it will be to socialism. They've already announced it. That old guy, and she's right. He literally said we need to change the Constitution. We need to, what's the word he used? say the Constitution, we just need to make all these changes without, and then just create amendments, I suppose, and just do away with others that exist. If it went that far, we would already have lost. That's not the way it's going to go. The way it's going to go, they're going to win in 2020, they think. And when they take the presidency in 2020, they think they're going to, with their giving programs, reparation for the blacks, free education, college paid for, college loans paid off. I mean, when they're doing that kind of stuff out there, there is a good chance that they think they will win. If we don't do our job, they will. So they win the presidency, and then they gain enough seats in the Senate to control the House and the Senate. And that's the day America dies. That's the day America dies. If you have any questions or comments, please send them in. I'm sorry, my voice is so ragged. But, I'm sorry, you say something?
No, just clearing my throat. There is one question already. Why doesn't Trump send the military to the border and shut it down?
Because he can't. There are a couple of reasons. Number one, if they're on this side, our side of the border, Oxycontin stops it. And the only ones that could be set that could do duty on our southern border would be National Guard. The Army, standing Army, Navy, etc. They cannot function and operate within the confines of the United States of America. Can't do it. So now that's one of the reasons why the man really tell you the truth. The truth is they could put soldiers down there instead of sending them to Syria and Iraq and man and every other hellhole in the world. Put them on the border. And we can line them up. And I guarantee you not a pick would get through. And it could be done. Somebody could say, well, the cost is going to be staggering. Oh, I'm sorry, we're already paying for the soldiers. They're already paid. It's just, instead of basing them in the ports where they're at, you just move them down to the border. So it doesn't cost anything. So that makes sense. Nothing getting through makes sense. Until you get to just a blank statement, guys, with the United States of America, which flew to the moon and back. If it wanted to shut down illegal drugs coming in from our southern border, and it dedicated itself to it, it would be stopped. It would be stopped. The reason they don't, folks, is a lot of people in high places have a lot of money coming in off that southern border with drugs. And probably almost every politician from down in that area, including their representative and their senator in Washington, probably are paid royally for their efforts. So the reason we don't shut it down, folks, is because money talks. And as I told you before, we've got the best government money can buy. It's just we the people don't have money to buy it. So I've stated all of these problems again for the umpteenth time. And I guess I've joined the choir of everybody else telling you over and over again all this stuff. But then comes the question, what can we do about it? What can we do about it? Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what anybody else's plans are. I have not heard a soul with a plan of what we can do to try and stop losing our country. I heard one. So if there's one out there, I'm sorry. anybody anything to join in. You're going to have to make some phone calls. And guys, that's part of the plan. That's your part of the plan. But there's another part of the plan that I deal with. So I'm sure, and I'll deal with that. It's mine to surprise them. But, you know, we've got to get people to do something. And I don't want to give up that. I don't know how to get people to motivate. And apparently I don't, because we don't have that money yet. If we had 100,000 people in our army, about with professional or major college football game gathers, we have that many people with us. Dancing for 1 or 2, and everybody marching in step instead of just wallowing all over. If we just had that, the country would be ours. If we had 1,000 people, just 1,000 people, we would have 60 to 80% chance of making a major difference. A major difference in what happens. You gotta have 1,000. And that's tough to say, that's the way it is. One of the things that we have done in the conservative radio, internet, whatever you call it stuff, one of the things that's been done is people start competing for this number of viewers, this number of listeners, this number of that. And we don't come together. We finally have an issue that everybody better come together. We better stop our pet peeves. We better unify. There and more.
We don't have another question right now, Larry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting sick, so would you care to go home? I'm sorry.
Okay. Who's in charge, Melania or Baron? Okay.
I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Okay. Okay, Larry. Okay. Folks, Larry's not feeling well today. He spent a long time getting some tests run today, and oops, sorry about that. So he will definitely need some extra help this afternoon, because if he's this sick, he's probably going to have to go get some medical care. We have done, you've heard this before, how many times we have made phone calls. We've talked about the t-shirts that are there available now that say Never Socialism. They are really, really stunning. The V for Victory is in a glittery metallic ink that really stands out. It costs more for that. We bought the premium ink because it really makes the shirt pop. And we have people who've been wearing it and have said that, it's very eye-catching. We need to be doing something to spread the word. So buying a t-shirt, even though it is an expensive shirt, Banana Republic sells the very same shirt for $50 with nothing on it. It's just the plain t-shirt. So the fact that we're charging $40 plus shipping, you're getting it at a discount with this dramatic message on it. Think of it as an investment in the country to help you get noticed, to start a conversation on what the Democrats are planning to do. Listen to this call again and write down the points of what the Democrats are planning for their platform. They're already talking about it. The Supreme Court, they want to add more liberal judges, but remember, they're supposed to be neutral. not conservative or liberal, not Democrat or Republican. They're supposed to be neutral. And we have a hard time finding somebody who will claim to be and then actually be neutral after they're appointed. Um, they want to add more liberals, the Democrats do, which is, that part of that conversation is remind people that they're supposed to be neutral. And they want to add term limits. Our founding fathers didn't set it up that way, and whether that would be a good thing or not, I guess it depends on which side of the aisle you're on. The reparations, folks, remember, with all the promises that they are making that are catching the eyes and ears of the young people, the free college, free education, loan repayment, free medical care as kids are coming off their parents' medical insurance and having to cover it themselves. The reparations, all those things have to be approved by the Appropriations Committee. Tell people that. Because when it goes to the Appropriations Committee, it'll be shut down even if the president were to approve all these bills they plan to pass for freebies. Even if it passed, even if the president signed it, the Appropriations Committee will not pass it because they know we can't afford it. And we already have $300 trillion committed to laws that have already been passed and have not been funded. So it'll just be added to the pile. The medical care alone costs $93 trillion, which is more than our annual budget. How many years' budget does that cover? These promises are empty. And don't forget, 10 years ago, when the people elected Chavez, he was promising them free education, free medical care, and look where it got them. Venezuela is a perfect example of what happens when people vote for socialists to lead the government. The leader is no longer elected, the leader becomes a dictator, and socialism, communism, fascism, Nazism, they're all pretty much one and the same in how they function. This is not what people want. They want freedom. And as Larry has said many times, conservatives have an idea of what they want, but so do liberals. Liberals have an agenda of what they want the freedom to pursue for themselves. So conservatives and liberals alike want freedom. But if we vote for socialism, we will not have freedom anymore. And it may take a few years for people to wake up and realize what they have voted for. But when they wake up, it'll be too late. We have to wake people up before 2020. So Larry, with his plan, he's watching for the right time. He's watching for whom to call. There are things that are being voted on. We need to be paying attention. While we are waiting for calls to be made at the federal level, find out what the Republicans in your state are doing. Find out what bills are coming up. Make phone calls to your state government officials as well, because a lot of the fight is going to the state level, which is where the laws belong. But Maryland is passing things left and right, from gun control to assisted suicide. The abortion issue is back on the table after they withdrew it 2 weeks ago. So get involved. Get involved in what's going on politically, and be talking to your neighbors. And if you have any ideas, other people that you listen to on YouTube, that you see in Facebook and so on, if you have ideas of people that we can partner with who care about these issues and are trying to tell the truth, get that information to me. If you can find contact information where I have either a phone number or an email, if you can get that to me, that would be awesome. Tonight, we're going to be doing our book club again. We're on chapter 3 of 28 Years to Nowhere. Chapter 3 is The Road to My End. It's right now we've been going over the first 3 chapters deal with Larry's history. I think chapter 3 talks about the Clinton Chronicles and how that came about, and some of the things he started doing to get the word when he started to get the word out as he was going on radio broadcasts all over the country and speaking. So that's tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, and you are welcome to join us. The phone number is in the notes under the video here. I strongly urge you to invest in the t-shirt. If you have trouble getting through, trying to place an order, we've had a little bit of trouble with some of the links. Click through the best you can. If that doesn't work, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. It's 240-499-6729. Send me a text message. Don't call. It doesn't work in my house. We don't have enough cell phone coverage in my area. Just send a text and tell me you're having trouble, and I will put you in charge of the man who runs the store, and we'll get you connected to buy the shirt. We need to have 10 people place an order before we actually place the order, so I think we have a few, but I don't know if we're close enough to 10, and we have somebody who needs to get it right away. So if you are thinking about ordering and can do it today or tomorrow, that would be fabulous. Larry's PayPal, if you can help in any way. We lost a monthly supporter. Something's happened in their family, and that their commitment has to take a hiatus right now. If there's anything you can do to help, Larry's PayPal is nicholslive@aol.com. And I'm going to say God bless you and end it now. And please be praying for Larry just like you do when you pray for President Trump. Pray for their families and their safety and wisdom from the Lord in all that they're doing and all they're involved in. Please know that when Larry tells us something, he's gotten it from the most reliable sources to know what's happening. So people who want to tell the truth but are scared will often tell him, and he will put it out for them. So thanks a lot. We will talk to you tomorrow, and we'll be here at the same time tomorrow afternoon. Thanks. Bye.